Hi guys, it's Blair here. I thought that I would make a video today because I wanted to really just sit down in front of the camera and talk to you guys about how I'm feeling and what I'm wanting to do with my channel and my life in general. So, at the start of the year, I definitely was intending to make a lot of goals and have a lot of plans and sort of fix up my life a little bit. And as life goes, at the moment, I'm going through a separation. So my relationship is falling apart. I haven't really felt much like reading. I spent a lot of time and energy dedicating my time in life to somebody, and as we all do, and we forget that, we exist as individual, independent people, and which was one of the primary reasons why I didn't read a lot last year, because I was very immersed in the idea of having relationships and what they mean and figuring them out. And I'm very glad I did spend that time doing that, because it was necessary for me to evolve and get to this point in who I am. Now, this is a book channel, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about what exactly is going on. But I do realize, especially during this period of time, if you're aware of astrology or the energy right now, that we're in a Mercury retrograde period, which means that things are a lot slower, stagnant, still getting ready for coming into a new paradigm, I guess you can say. So for me, it is definitely a time for me to sit back and actually start assessing where I want to go in my life and what I want to do, and especially when it comes to this channel, because this is my love. It has been my great love for some time. I love books. I'm okay with not having thousands of subscribers, because when I do sit in front of the computer or I do blog, it's for me. And I think that's something that, I guess, my perception is a little bit different to other people's, I guess. I'm pretty sure a lot of people do it because they love it too. But I have heard, some people say that they are very channel orientated for the viewers, and yes, I definitely keep the viewers in mind, and I love you guys so much, but at the end of the day, I do this for me to reach a part of myself that's very important for me to express. So, confession, I am a people pleaser for sure, and it's been taking me a long time to get to the point where I can actually accept that I'm a people pleaser. I tend to overachieve. I tend to set goals that are way above my expectations, and I'm very hard on myself when I don't succeed. And thinking about reading, it should be one of those pleasures. Same as my passion for writing. It's a pleasure. It's an activity that I enjoy doing. It's something that fuels me. And during this period of time, which probably started just before I left my holidays, probably even more sooner, at the start of December, end of November, I just have been in a lull with a lot of stuff. So, I'm looking over to the side of my bookshelves. That's where I'm at, and I think it's really important to own that, where you're at. And I sat down last night and I decided that I wasn't going to read 100 books this year, that I was going to read 50 or however many I can. I set it at 50 again. I culled back that number because while I do know that I'm quite capable of doing it, it doesn't mean I necessarily want to do that. Because I forgot that there are other things that I love doing as well, and it's all about really reaching inside and sort of assessing how much time I have. I don't really like the term I don't have enough time or there isn't enough time, because we all have 24 hours in a day, so it's more about allocating my time to what I feel like doing. So, cutting back that down, that really means I only have to read about 4 books a month, which is very realistic for me. And I'm still wanting to keep my picks and my choices and my monthly read book and things like that, and still be reviewing books for sure. I just needed to give myself a little bit of space to move around in, especially considering things like this. I kind of saw it coming, but not saw it coming, if you guys know what I mean. Like, no one wants to admit that they know when something has to end. And you're not really prepared for the fallout or what it means for other people as well. And for me personally, kind of coming to terms with the fact that this kind of person is not for me, I've had to let go of a lot of people in my life that are very similar as well. So not just one person, I've had to end friendships and sort of make way for that new energy. Something else that I wanted to share with you guys, and I think it's a little bit funny, but I really want to own it, like I said, is that I know that I have a habit of starting books and not finishing them, which I developed probably, I'm going to say, last year. And again, this is a built habit over 365 days, so it's not essentially something I'm going to be able to change overnight, but I found that whenever I was stressed or couldn't buy books or was going through a major breakdown or something like that, something was changing and shifting and I was just in turmoil, I didn't want to be looking at the stuff that I'd already started. I want something fresh. I wanted a fresh start. And instead of changing my lifestyle choices, sometimes I found it was easier to just start a new book because books make me happy, and it's kind of just understanding where my mental logic is with books and how important they are to me. And I know that anyone watching this is going to have their own opinions and they may think, okay, well, it's just a book. But books have always been a lot more, for me personally, part of my bigger expansion of my personal self as well, and how I see the world and how I express myself in the world. So I definitely know that that was one of my habits that I developed during that time. So again, I'm sort of dealing with changing that habit and sort of picking up different things that I can do as well. So that was what I wanted to do, and this is where I'm at right now. I'm wanting to blog, I'm wanting to read, I need to take the pressure off myself, and it's one of the hardest things that anyone can do for themselves, I believe, and it's also one of the most easiest, and so it makes it a huge contradiction, because I can let go, or I can hold on, and I do tend to hold on to a lot. So I thought in the meantime that I wanted to just say too that I am one of those people that doesn't make promises because I can't keep them, to be honest. I make a plan to do something one day and 2 days later I decide to do something else because it suits me better at that period of time. I have never been the kind of person who is just easily able to adapt to a routine and stick to it. I'm really actually quite proud that I did actually try to do something, or I attempted to do something different at the beginning of the year where I did have that structure. I think I just like being able to express myself each moment, and there is a little bit of pressure to, only this is self-conflicted pressure or self-inflicted pressure, to sort of adapt the way that booktube has been and is going in the direction, and sort of I'm fundamentally human and I always want to connect to people on the same level, but as with my business, I'm not like, say, I don't know, I'm not like Katie Tastic. I don't have that vibe because she is her own person, and she does what she does because she is her, if that makes sense. It sounds very simple, and that's it. So, I mean, I think we all, at some level, aspire to be like somebody, not necessarily be somebody, but like somebody, or want to be able to adapt to the same sort of way that they express themselves. And especially, I think I don't know anyone who hasn't gone through this in the booktube community, but when you first start booktubing, it's such an exciting thrill that you buy shit tons of books, and a year later they're sitting on your shelf and you haven't read them yet. So it's kind of like you get so, the community aspect of it and the constant need to be inside that community in the way that a community is structured can sometimes be very pressuring, for me personally. And not like a great, like, I'm so stressed out, just a sort of subtle thing in the back of my mind. And I've always been like that with communities, which is why I'm kind of like, I wouldn't say I'm a loner, but I love my own company. Yet at the same time, I'm very mothering and I like being around people. So I think it's about adapting your own personality through this kind of medium as well. And I do want to start being more real with you guys. Not that I haven't been real, but, doing videos like this and sitting down and actually talking about it, because it's life. Not many people want to admit that they have faults, and I have plenty of faults, and I'm willing to sit here and talk to you guys about them, because it's another aspect as well to life and reading and how that affects me. And I'm hoping that, by actually acknowledging these weaknesses and strengths that I have too, that I'll be able to help you guys who are feeling the same way. Now, one thing I have learned about astrology in the past too is that we're all interconnected consciously, universally. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going through the same shifting motion of trying to gather their identity, and I think this video really is about me gathering my identity on this channel and with my booktubing and with my reading in my life. So yeah. So, and another thing, I haven't been writing either, which is just cray for me. I haven't gone through one of these really hardcore, just mental resistant blocks for a long time, and I just have been watching Gossip Girl and eating chocolate and sleeping pretty much through this period of my life. So, and that's okay too, I think it's important to do those things too, to just be what is. So in terms of what I'm actually doing right now, I'm reading 2 books. I'm also reading a secret book, which I'll probably tell you guys about afterwards. It is a reread for me. I'm in a community group at the moment on Facebook when we're reading a book and doing the exercises in it. So once that's finished, and I think it's April, I'll be able to share that I did read the book again and did the exercises, and it's kind of getting me back into my writing as well. Yeah. So right now I'm reading Slow Love by Dominique Browning, and I'm not too far into it. I think I can probably get to halfway by the end of the day, because it's, as you can see, there are a lot of quote-worthy passages in here. Now, this is a memoir, and I'm a little bit conflicted because there's a lot of stuff that I resonate with, and a lot of stuff that I don't really want to resonate with, which is kind of ties in with this video as well, about sort of facing what's going on in my life as well. But this is one of those books that I picked up at the right moment in my life, and I needed to hear the things that this author had to say to move through my own process. I'm also reading Slide by Jill Hathaway. I put down Wuthering Heights, not because I don't like it, I really enjoyed it, but it's very heavy going, and I just do not have the mental energy right now. Okay, let me take that back. I do have the mental energy right now, but I would want to read something a little bit lighter. It was very, very dark for me. Very thick too. So when I'm feeling better, I'm going to reapproach that book again, or where I'm at, I'll just reread the chapter. And I'll just read it when I want to, kind of thing. Because for me right now, in this period of my life, I need to be reading stuff that's going to get me through books and not be stagnant. So I'm reading Slide by Jill Hathaway, and I've done a few little post-it notes, and I'm about that far in, so not too far in, but I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah, so that's just the video that I wanted to make for you guys. If you can hear my fan, I'm not going to really apologize because it's really, really hot right now. My hair looks like a mess. I look like I'm kind of going a bit bald, but that's okay. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching, if you watched all the way through this video, and let me hear your thoughts about where you're going. Yeah, I'll make more videos in February. Probably make another video probably at the end of January. But my aim is to just make 2 to 3 videos a week, no matter what the content is. So, I said on my blog, I'm not even going to worry about what the content is ahead of time. I'm just going to do 3 and put it out there and see what it is for you guys. So, I love you all, and thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.